We're here at the BC Wildfire Service Pemberton Fire Zone office to see some groundbreaking research on respiratory health on BC wildfire fighters. For the first time ever, BC Wildfire Service fighters will be offered a selection of masks to protect them from toxins and smoke while on the job.
Inhale. That's good.
This is Kyler Golin's 12th season fighting wildfires in BC, and his first wearing a mask.
I mean, it feels good considering it. I mean, I can definitely see how it present challenges, obviously working on the side of a steep hill or obviously doing overhand work and kind of feels like that. But yeah, I mean, comfy. Say we were to hike into the fire, we would probably take these off. But when we start like hot spotting or cold trailing or anything that really entails hands-on movement, we'd probably throw this on just to, everything we're kicking up as we work would be obviously filtered out with this. So anything to obviously improve our safety measures and make things safer for us.
Yeah, go for it, 2, 3. Yeah, how are you?
Smoke and soot are everywhere during fire season. It surrounds them as they douse the flames, when they're back at camp eating, when they're sleeping in their tents. Drew Licky is a wildland firefighter and an occupational hygienist focused on what gets inhaled while battling the flames.
One of the major concerns is something called fine particulate matter, which are tiny little particles in the air. They're invisible to the naked eye. And when somebody breathes those in, they settle kind of in the deepest areas of the lungs where gas exchange actually occurs. And so these particles can cause local damage to your lungs, leading to lung disease and lung cancer, and they can actually get into your blood where they go to all sorts of organs in your bodies, including the kidney, liver, heart, and brain.
Been doing this for over 10 years now, and it's just nice to see them taking the steps to, I mean, unfortunately it's taken a couple busy years to kind of get recognition of how serious the wildfires are becoming.
Is it something that kind of has been eating at you while you're going out and doing this work, that it could be having a negative impact on your health?
It definitely sits in the back of the mind, especially, like I said, doing this 10 years. But it's a job we love, but it's definitely taking the toll upon years of doing this. Like, I've definitely noticed at the end of the season, like, my lungs are definitely not nearly as strong as the start.
Push, 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 push. Big inhale.
It's a reality of the job that Dr. Madden Brewster has noticed.
Yeah, so Sophia is doing some blood processing for us.
How did you get interested in this?
Mostly through friends who've been wildland firefighters. They're some of the most fit people that I know, and they're doing all of these very strenuous activities throughout the season. So in my head, in theory, they should be getting more fit throughout the season. I could just see and anecdotally hear that they're coughing more, they're wheezing a bit as the season progresses, and by the end, they're just not as fit as they were at the start.
Is it fair for me to ask you what you think you'll find?
Yeah, these are their baseline values, so right now I don't suspect they'll have a ton of inflammation or oxidative stress, but I think as the season progresses, and there has been some studies done just acutely showing increased inflammation and increased oxidative stress right after a shift, I think that will also be elevated after the season.
Big inhale.
This is sort of phase one of many years of trying to improve the health and wellness of our fire crews.
Mike McCulley is with the BC Wildfire Service. He says finding the perfect mask for a forest firefighter is tricky. He regularly compares notes with fire services in Australia and the U.S. over how to better outfit their crews.
They're all high-level athletes that work for us, and all of their safety gear has to be light, portable, and adaptable. It has to be something that they can keep clean. They have to be able to maintain it. They have to know how to use it properly and put it on. We're going to put the tools that we know work through research into the hands of our fire crews, but we won't stop there. We'll continue to evaluate and adapt and adjust, which at some point may mean tweaking the products that we have.
It's hard, right? Because it's a necessary job, and we're lucky to have these wildland firefighters, so we need those jobs, but it is a bit of a catch-22 because there's a chance that their health is suffering, and we don't want that either. So this should have been done a long time ago. This is really hard and requires a really orchestrated effort to conduct.
We dabble in all kinds of different research, whether it's fire science or using artificial intelligence to predict fire growth, looking at new equipment and technology. But by far, our highest priority is the research that we're doing related to the health and wellness of our crews.
BC wildfire fighters are like billy goats. They're expected to climb up mountains, haul hoses, and work in smoldering forests. Offering respirators to crews is a big step, but won't be mandatory. Firefighters can choose when to wear them, something they might not do all the time, given how extreme the conditions can be. Let's talk about that mask. You took it off to talk to me.
Yeah.
Why? What did it feel like?
I found the mask pretty constrictive. I think I would definitely struggle with it doing the work that we do. I see the benefit of it, but I think practically I would find it hard to work with.
Do you think about the dangers of the job when you do it?
I absolutely do, yeah. Especially last year with the number of fatalities and accidents we had. It's definitely something that's on my mind every time I'm working the fire line. The fatigue definitely catches up with everyone. It's something that you notice. I think the fatigue just comes from the number of days we work over a season, which every year is increasing. It also comes from the conditions we work in. We work in steep terrain and we're breathing in smoke every day that we work on a fire.
So the fire crews are preparing right now for the summer. And by the end of the season, everyone will know if these masks and respirators are a good fit in their kit. Shelley Joyce, CBC News, Pemberton.